The Dunlop MSA British Touring Car Championship is back, bigger and better than ever before. This year's series has attracted a full capacity 32-car lineup, with all 32 entries contesting what were 3 fast and furious opening rounds in the spring sunshine on the tight Brands Hatch Indy circuit. Significant changes over the winter months saw former champion Andrew Jordan swap his 888 Racing prepared MG for one of the motor-based performance rapid Ford Focuses, and the championship-winning Hondas reappear in a new orange livery in deference to the return of backing from high street retailer Halfords. Most eyes, though, were on the quartet of brand new Subaru Levorg GTs, prepared by the ambitious Team BMR squad. All 4 cars had barely turned a wheel before arriving at Brands, however, and thus would be treating the opening weekend very much as a public test session. The Btcc is nothing if not unpredictable, and it was dark horse Tom Ingram who grabbed a surprise pole position for what was a typically breathless opening encounter. His Toyota lining up ahead of the 2 brightly coloured Hondas of defending champion Gordon Shedden and the evergreen Matt Neal. Sam Tordoff's BMW was 4th ahead of impressive rookie Ash Sutton in the first of the MGs. Further back, Colin Turkington underlined some of the Subaru's potential by qualifying in 11th spot, but with less than a second covering the top 22, fierce battles were guaranteed throughout the packed grid. As the lights went out, Ingram made the perfect getaway with the 2 racy Civic Type Rs in hot pursuit. While the top 3 made their escape, there was frenetic action aplenty in their wake. The fast-starting Rob Collard went shoulder to shoulder with teammate Tordoff's BMW. Motor-based pair Jordan and Matt Jackson were also getting to know each other a little more closely as they exchanged paint on the blast past the pits. Then Alex Martin's Focus spun wildly into the barriers after taking avoiding action to miss Hunter Abbott's gyrating Chevrolet. Back at the front, Shedden was tapping the Toyota's rear bumper, but that was as close as the Scot got. Ingram wasn't to be denied a hugely popular maiden Btcc victory, crossing the line to rapturous applause. The 2 Honda drivers had to settle for the lower steps on the podium, ahead of MG's 2 young guns, the impressive Sutton just getting the best of stablemate Josh Cook. Collard completed the top 6, recovering from his earlier skirmish with Tordoff. With the Race 2 grid now determined from Race 1's finishing order, Ingram was back on pole for the day's second showdown, this time though with 75 kilos of success ballast aboard his victorious Toyota. No doubt spurred on by his debut win, Ingram made another great getaway, while Collard blitzed from 6th to 2nd before the jostling pack reached Paddock Hill Bend. Collard was trying to go one better, attacking Ingram for the lead. The dueling duo touched and then made contact at Druids, sending the BMW into a spin. Ingram's race was also over as he slowed with damaged suspension. So it was Shedden and Neal who inherited the top 2 positions, sailing on to give Honda its first 1-2 finish of the campaign. But 3rd place was still very much up for grabs. Aaron Smith had already hauled his Volkswagen CC from 4th to 7th and was determined to reach the rostrum, making his move on Cook's MG just before half distance. Jordan and Jackson were also on the move, the pair of flying Focuses squeezing past Sutton to claim 4th and 5th places by the checkered flag. Just outside the top 10, Jason Plato added some more history to his unrivaled tally of 94 race wins by scoring the first ever points for Subaru. It's a combination that will only get stronger as the season progresses. Adding to the entertainment, Race 3 was to produce a 3rd different winner. With the top 9 reversed on the grid, Tordoff found himself on pole, lining up alongside Adam Morgan's yellow Mercedes, with Jack Goff in another of the BMWs in 3rd spot. While the start was clean up front, behind the 2 new motor-based teammates were once again getting too close for comfort. Jordan somehow recovered from his wild slide, but Jackson wasn't quite lucky enough, being forced to pit with a resultant puncture. Running the soft Dunlop Sport Max tyre, Morgan was crawling all over the back of the leading BMW and wasted no time darting past Tordoff at the start of lap 2. Behind them, Neal and Shedden squeezed past Smith's Volkswagen, but Shedden's ballast-laden Honda soon started to fade before a puncture ended the reigning champion's day in the Paddock Hill gravel trap. The final few laps saw increasing tension as the 2 BMWs of Tordoff and Goff hauled themselves onto the rear bumper of Morgan's Mercedes, but there was no looking back for the Wicks racing man, who hung on to take his 3rd Btcc race win. Although Neil was pipped at the post for 4th as the recovering Jordan dragged his focus alongside on the blast to the finishing line, a trio of top 5 finishes means the Honda vet leads the title race after the first 3 of what are clearly going to be 30 action-packed rounds. As the sun set, Louise Goodman caught up with Matt Neal.
Well, Matt, as the dust settles on round 1 of the championship, it's been a good day for you, hasn't it?
A cracking day for Hondas, yeah. So, and welcoming Halford's back. Flash had a bit of a bum one in the last for the puncher, but all in all, a great day and be top of the table. I didn't expect that at the beginning of the weekend.
So, looking forward to Donington, your home event.
Yeah, it means it's local for me. It's like Brands was a special weekend for Tom Ingram, you know, winning his first round. It's always the special one. Donington holds that for me, and obviously I had the pleasure of removing 250 grand from Alan Gower's pocket that weekend, so it's exceptionally special. But yeah, it's going to be tough because it's so close at the moment, and carrying the big weight into qualifying, it's going to be yeah, an adventure.
Who do you think we should be looking out for when we get to Donington Park?
I hope not the Subarus. I hope they don't get their head round, but they seem to be doing a really good job so far and getting on the pace with them. But obviously Flash is going to be there, the Fords are going to be there, you know, the Mercs, the BMWs are up in the game. You know, if you're Ladbrokes, you're not going to want to put odds on this one, are you?
So all to play for then, which always makes a great spectacle for people coming along to watch the races, doesn't it? You
know me, I've had a great weekend at Brands, but I think, you know, you've got to be on your mettle just to get in the top 10 at Donington. It's that close.
And from a spectator's perspective, it is a great circuit to view at, isn't it?
Yeah. If you're on the back looking at the infield, you can see so much all down Craner curves, all the way up through Starkey's into McLean's, my favourite place for overtaking.
Now, obviously, the teams have all come here for the first round. Some not having had much time to work on their cars. How much work can you do in terms of setup changes, testing prior to the next round?
You know, we act like a silky ship, but we've got everybody's got a lot of problems and a lot of room for improvement, and we've got our own. We've got a lot of work to do before Donington, so we're not stopping, we're not resting on our laurels. We're going to be working hard and to try and come out harder and faster at the next one.
See you there.
Thanks.